Thank you. Counter.
And
Okay.
you have the floor.
So I'm Théo Letailleur and I work for the incident response team of Synactive. So at the end of 2024, we had a ransomware case involving Hunter's International affiliate. So the initial access was the admin who downloaded a fake RV Tools installer, which dropped a smoked ham payload, which eventually enabled the attackers to move laterally in the corporate system and deployed ESX ransomware to hundreds of hypervisors. So smoked ham is a PowerShell-based backdoor, which is unpacked by the fake installer thanks to nullsoft installer script. It is then executed by a malicious DLL sideloaded with a legitimate program, olview.exe. So weeks after the case, I set up a live hunt on YARA-Fi, and another weeks later, it detected a new smoked ham installer. So I ran a quick analysis with our assembly line instance, and it extracted the interesting nullsoft installer script. And we could confirm that it was indeed deploying smoked ham backdoor and adding persistence in run key. So then I ran it in a dedicated VM to confirm that it was indeed deploying smoked ham and contacting its C2 server behind Cloudflare workers. Then I let the smoked ham marinate, and a week later, we saw interesting activity. So it was doing some reconnaissance. It took a screenshot of the desktop and uploaded it to AWS EC2 server. And more interesting, it downloaded a payload from a Russian Proton66 bulletproof server and stored it encoded in a registry key. Finally, it created a scheduled key called Microsoft Edge Update to run the payload every 2 hours. So the payload is a big PowerShell blob, and I decoded it using -1 tool from Airbus CERT, which auto-magically reduces the complexity without executing it. So the script is decrypting a new payload and loading it in executable memory. And finally, the final stage is a headless PE, which has anti-reverse mechanisms. So each function is decrypted right before its execution and re-encrypted. It uses DNS tunneling to speak with its C2 server. And the main commands are shell handler, file handler, executing shellcode, and deleting its persistence.